you are one step away from fucking cheddar falling off the cracker. Like, oh no, it fucking went out, motherfucker.
Yes, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Normalising Life podcast. And we've got a special theme today because I have been an idiot and forgotten my laptop charger. So we are currently, it's jumped down to 19%. So the battery's
19? It was on 32 seconds ago. Oh shit! So this is gonna be a fast
so we
podcast.
need to do this as quick as we possibly can and get it down. So 19%. Is what we're on, and we're gonna have to go. So, quick fire, let's go, Robert. Let's go.
Okay, quick question: what have you been doing this week, or what have you been up to?
This week has been super busy with gym training because a certain person has been putting me through the absolute ringer with my programming. But I've been loving it. It's been really, really good. Yeah, just getting back into the gym, getting some new movements down, getting that kipping down and whatnot, and working on some horrendous weaknesses that I've got. But it's been really good to work on them.
You're like the sort of guy where your weaknesses are like ultimate weaknesses. It's like throwing someone with no arms and legs into a pool. And for someone who's like mobility expert, your hip flexors are the ones of a 30-year-old
granda. Well, I think they're just real
30-year-old granda, a 70-year-old granda.
they're just really, really weak. Like I've got big legs and my hip flexors are just weak, so it doesn't.
You got a huge butt. I thought I had a big butt, but like you've got a fucking big old.
That happened. That's worth talking about. My squat when you programmed me a three rep max, 3 rep max squat. I went first. This one
basically he wasn't wearing hybrid. He wasn't wearing hybrid shorts. I always tell him wear his hybrid shorts, but nope, didn't do it this day. And then what happened?
They ripped it right down the seam on my ass crack. Literally, if I won't wear.
Did you hear it go? Because it would definitely put you off like mid squat.
No, yeah, I heard it go. I felt it go. It was all right. It was on my. I think I had 80 kilo on the bar, so I was warming up at that point. So it wasn't too bad, but yeah, the seam went, and I just like they've definitely ripped there, aren't they? They're definitely ripped. And I went down again, did the next rep, and yep, they've gone even more. It was not ideal.
Have you ever ripped? Like I ripped a lot of trousers in the past year just from putting on trousers that I thought would fit into, but I just clearly don't put too much size on my legs.
It's same. I've always had issues with finding legs. Finding legs.
Finding legs.
Talking about throwing me in a swimming pool. I just finding jeans to fit my legs.
Just wake up and they're just not there.
Finding jeans to fit my legs. I've always struggled.
I've got like a really skinny waist, so I've got like a 31 waist, and then my arse is like fucking J-Lo. See, I have to get a 34 waist and then wear like a belt on the last buckle and just to fit my arse.
No, yeah,
it's horrible.
It's like you program, like you said to me about like deadlifts and stuff like that. I said to you, I like deadlifts, and you did program me DT, and I was like, and then you were like, oh, I bet you don't like deadlifts anymore, and I was like, I like them. That was the easy bit. It was a bit afterwards that the hand cleans that tore my hands apart and just.
It's like one of those workouts where it just fucks you up for like 3 days after. I remember whenever I done it was just like bashing the barbell off my thighs, and I couldn't like clean for about 2 weeks after because of the bruises on my thighs. But it's one of those ones you have to do to get just to know your mark where you are. So we'll do it again in a few months' time, and then hopefully smash it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
progressive overload, bro.
It'll be good. And like this week, there's a lot of strength programming in there as well, which again is going to be really good. But I'm going to have to like literally because in about 2 weeks, my gym goes back to 24 hours, so it'll be perfect. So when I want to go like on a morning early, I can get there. But now if I want to, going to have to be like sat there like 6 o'clock waiting for the doors to open. Like, come on, let me in.
Yeah,
because I do prefer getting up and going and getting it done at the beginning of the day, but I don't know how I feel about literally rolling out of bed into the gym. I need a little bit of time.
I like to get food. I can't train an empty stomach really.
What about you? How was your journey back from the motherland?
I thought I was good at traveling until this trip. Like I think maybe because I haven't been traveling in a year that I've just lost my touch because I fucked up everything you could fuck up. I fucked up plus more. Like, for example, it turns out the 7th of May is not the 7th of June, and that's the flight I booked. So I booked the 7th of June thinking it was 7th of May, and I got to the Thursday before the Friday I was supposed to go, and I was like, oh shit, this is next month. And then I had to book another flight, and I booked another flight for the wrong day again.
What?
So I've got 2 flights in my Ryanair because I fucked up because there was no flight. So I wondered why I didn't book it. I was like, I'm not that stupid. Surely I would book the 7th of May because I'm not that stupid. And then I looked on and there was no flights all of May. So I must have just skipped May and went to the next available date, which is 7th of June. So it turns out there was 0 flights from Dublin to Italy. So I was like, oh fuck, what am I going to have to do now? I'm going to have to do like transfers. So I had to fly from Belfast to London, London to Italy, which was 100 quid more than what the other one was.
Shit.
Other 2. So more money again. But then whenever I got to London, I realised that it was an airport transfer. So I had to go from fucking Stansted to Luton, which is like the 2 furthest ones apart.
No.
So I ended up getting it because I didn't have that much time in between. So I had to get a taxi, which was 70 quid.
Oh, man.
Fucking hell. So then I got on that and got to the airport. I was on time. I had a bit of time to get some food, which there's no fucking restaurants open in the airport. There was only Pret. So got a load of Pret, like bagels and shit. And then whenever I got to Italy, there was a... Oh yeah, that was another thing, sorry. So my car, there's 2 airports in Bergamo, or in Italy. One's Bergamo, one's Malpensa, opposite sides of Milan. A fair old journey, about an hour and a half. So my car was actually parked at Bergamo, but the only flight I could get was back to Malpensa. So I was going to Malpensa where my car wasn't there, so I had to get a train to Busto where I live, and then get a lift to the airport the next day to get my car. But I got on the wrong train.
No.
So I ended up, like, I had to walk about 50 minutes with my big backpack through Busto, and I swear, I got off this fucking bus and I was in Israel, like, it looked like the biggest shithole ever. I was walking, I had my AirPods Pro, I had my iPad Pro in my hand, and I was walking through this like shanty town, and I was just thinking, I am definitely going to get murdered here. Like, this iPad's probably worth more than their fucking houses here. And I was walking down like no, it was just horrible. But I made it. I got back.
We're here now. We can talk about it.
Back into routine. I'm glad to get back into routine. I ate takeaways twice a day the whole time I was home for 2 weeks,
really?
like easily twice a day. But it's weird because my weight didn't fluctuate at all. So I was 87 on the button when I left, and I weighed myself yesterday, and I'm 87 on the button, and I ate takeaways twice a day. Calorie counting's a myth. Like, it's a myth,
Mate,
guys.
how hard were you training when you were back? Like every day you were smashing it, weren't you?
Oh, like an absolute fucking maniac.
There you go then.
Yeah, I've picked up a bit of some injuries in the way, like just from being a dick. Because when you're training with the boys, like there's no sort of tolerance. There's no limit to what you can do. So you just try to lift heavy weights in front of the boys and try to
Ego
beat everyone.
lifting,
Like you just proper ego lifting. But I got to train at some class gyms when I was home, which is good. Just being in a gym was just so surreal. Not being in a gym since September, like training with people, it's just like the weirdest feeling ever. It felt like I was doing something wrong or something strange.
Yeah, it were good to actually get a session in and actually properly train together as well. Even though it was last week, but
it was weird being in a commercial gym. So we went to JD Gym, which is a commercial gym, but we were doing CrossFit. And if anyone's ever done CrossFit in a commercial gym, you just look like a fucking dick. And I feel bad programming Adam some weird stuff. Like, I'm getting you to roll about the floor like an army man and all in the middle of a Globo gym. Like, I feel so bad. I actually put in the notes sometimes in our programs, like, I'm sorry for making you look like a dick.
That's the thing, is like that's where I think when me and you differ. Like, my mindset towards it is I couldn't give a shit. Like, I really couldn't care less. It's like, if I'm gonna roll around doing hollow holds and hollow holds to Superman style things, I'll just fucking do it. I don't give a shit. It's like I was doing that because where the gym I work in is like bodybuilder meathead central, and I did that workout in that gym. So I'm there in the middle of like a bodybuilder centric gym doing this, and one of them came up to me and went, "What are you doing that for?"
No way. What are you on the floor for?
I just had to explain and kind of go put it in.
What did you say to him?
I just went, "Oh, it's for CrossFit, mate. Just working on my gymnastic stuff." And he was like, "Oh, right. What's it strengthen?" I was like, "A bit of everything, like core, back."
It's like, does it get you big? Can I do it?
You just seen him then when I'm trying to do them hip flexor things where I'm trying to get my toe to touch the bar.
Yeah. But yeah, being home was good. Getting a good reset. It made me think, because I'm all about, like, I don't like making emotional decisions, and I feel like I was getting a bit to that point, being in a way for so long, a bit institutionalized, being in the house by myself. I thought I'm gonna make a fucking stupid decision. I was applying for really dicky jobs that I didn't even want, and I probably would have took it if I got it. Like, it was just making
You on about
really
the one that
emotional
you
decisions.
didn't end up getting?
No, I done an interview for that when I was home. I actually wanted that one, but just didn't get it.
Oh shit.
It was funny. It was a job in an aerospace place in Belfast, and so I sat with someone who works for that company the day before and crammed a load of knowledge in. And I swear, if I didn't do that, I think I just would have just turned the computer off during the Skype interview, like, because the amount of knowledge I didn't know, I pretty much wasn't qualified for the job as well. So going for the job that you're not qualified for, you sort of need to know a lot of shit, and I didn't know a lot of shit. Well, I actually didn't do too bad. Usually in interviews I'm not too bad because I'm just like quite confident talking to people, so it's not too bad. But I think it was just the knowledge that was to say. They phoned me after and told me what I did wrong, and it was just my technical knowledge was not on point, which I sort of knew that was going to happen. But it's all a sign. Moving on, back to the drawing board. So I feel like coming home made me realise what I wanted to do. So just gonna work on that in the next few months. I'm not gonna say anything, but you already know. Yeah. But I'm gonna keep my cards close to my chest, and work on something behind closed doors, and then come out with a bang.
Yeah, nice. No, that sounds good. So
what's the battery on?
Battery is on. We're on 12%.
12%. We're down 8% in about 8. We're going down 1% a minute. This is going to be a fucking short podcast.
I have to do like a part 2 to this episode tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm in quarantine now for 5 days, so loads of time. Yeah.
Well, there we go, guys.
Hopefully that gets scrapped as well.
What, but today we might have to have a very, very rushed chat on this one.
Well, even if we start it and then we'll get finish it off tomorrow and we need to do it together.
It's fine. I like the urgency. I like we're kind of always like on 0.5 speed now. We're going a bit faster.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go to the next point. What's in the news? I've seen travel restrictions were in the news about that green list, about countries being in the green list. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no. What countries have we got?
So UK, where you can fly from in the UK, which is interesting, like, because who doesn't want to go to Israel? Like, why would they make, like, the most stupidest bloody... Wait, where is it? There we go. Read now. So we have, I'm wasting time reading. God. Percentage.
I know it's gone down 11%, mate. Come on.
Fuck. I can't find the fucking list. But I remember Australia was on it. New Zealand was on it. New Zealand, Australia. I think Israel was definitely there because I remember looking at it like, what the fuck. But there's not many countries in Europe, which I'm hoping for Italy to get on it. Italy have made a thing with Ireland, so I can fly back and forth to Ireland after the 16th with no quarantine, which is fucking awesome.
Is that 16th? Is that the next kind of date in the step? Like, because I know that there's like gyms are opening at like like I was saying before, gyms are open 24 hours again in kind of the next UK step. And I think obviously that's when people.
Is that the new step?
I think it's like bars and whatnot can open to the inside as well in like the next couple of weeks. I don't know an exact date, but I think it's in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't know. It's weird that Northern Ireland and UK have all different fucking rules. It's just so stupid, right? So it's Portugal. That's mad. Portugal, I thought they were really bad at one stage. Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Brunei, Iceland, Faroe Islands, Gibraltar, Falkland Islands, and Israel. Do you want to go to Falkland Islands, bro?
I don't even know what that is.
It's fucking like I'm near. I might be stupid here. No, it's that
geography was not
beside Argentina. I want to say beside Argentina because that was the Falklands War.
I'm not gonna comment.
Because the wee island off Argentina, but it's really cold. It's like near the fucking poles, like. It's like frozen. So yeah, let's not go there. Where else? Faroe Islands. Oh, I
wonder when Bali you'll be able to travel like in Asia again. Imagine it's going to be a while yet.
I'm pretty sure they just don't care. I seen a really fucking mad clip. I'll send you after of like I think it was India, but India is fucked.
No, India's in a. I've had like another mutation or something of it, and they're in a shit place with it at the minute.
Yeah. Keep that away.
Yeah, definitely.
But I seen a sick video of like organs getting harvested and all. It's fucking vile.
Oh my god.
Like not good.
No, that's not good.
But I think it's looking good for a summer holiday. Like.
No, I'm looking forward to that. Being able to actually go away again would be very, very nice. Like I say, like
I just don't want quarantine coming back. Like, I know I've got a lot of events coming, and the whole reason of me wanting to come home is because I can go to the events without quarantine. Because if I go back to the UK and I come here, that's me missing a week of work, and a week of work for me is quite a lot of money, and I don't get holiday pay or anything. I'm a contractor.
Yeah.
So the whole point is getting everything opened up so I can come home for like losing loads of days. Which I can in Ireland now, so that's not too bad. I can just fly to Ireland every 2 weeks and see Bay.
No, well, it'll definitely be worth it, mate. I mean, like the longer been able to come back for like long weekends and stuff, won't it? And
yeah, 100%. Because before, like I would have came home like every 2 weeks.
You'll have to teach you how to travel again, though.
Here, I definitely need to scrub up on that. I might just get Hells to just book all the flights for me.
You just do this.
Just give her an allowance. Can you
just outsource what I'm not good at, please?
Yeah, I used to be so good at it. I think I'm just out of practice. Yeah. Did you not start a business on travel?
Yeah.
Did you start it at the start of course?
I started it in December when we got back from travelling, because I was like, it would have been awesome to do it and be able to get discount on being like an independent travel agent when I wanted to go travelling.
Yeah.
And then like last year my grandma started having problems, and that kind of put a halt to everything because I spent a lot of time looking after her and being with her. And then it was middle of March, and that's when COVID started, so that just killed it all, because it was like it were a little bit of it had like multi-level marketing kind of pyramid scheme style shit in there as well, that people they never do it, but you obviously try and advertise it to other people, and the other people that you get involved, you get commission off as well, but you can just sell your own flights and whatnot. So I thought, this kind of thing could work quite well, because if I'm out travelling, then there might be other people that want to do it, that then you kind of joining your team and whatnot, and then you start selling your own travel and you get a discount on your own travel, so that would be even better as well. But it just ended up being just not worth it, and then COVID obviously kicked in as well, so it just made it completely shit.
Travel thing. The best one of them I've ever seen is Jack's Flight Club. Like that, them boys are class. What they do, have you heard of them?
No, is that a multi-level marketing thing?
No, it's like it's basically 4 guys in an office, and they all are on computers all day looking for flights, and they email. So you sign up, do an email. I think it's like £30 a year, I want to say, 35 maybe. But that's like the flights they send you are ridiculously cheap. That's the one I booked my Hawaii flights that I didn't even get to go to Hawaii, but I booked Hawaii flights and I got them for £270 per flight, return from Inverness of all places to Hawaii. Like mega, and this is every day they're sending out massive deals, and like they're on top of things that you wouldn't even be on top of, like even if you're doing it independently, because like for those flights that I got, they're waiting for like airlines to make mistakes in their website. So whenever airlines make mistakes in the website and advertise for a cheaper price, if someone books that, they cannot exchange that back. They can't take it back. So they're on top of that, waiting for airlines to make mistakes, and as soon as they do it, they send it into an email with all these clients, and like everyone gets it. And it's a crazy little idea that they had, and now it's fucking massive.
I can imagine that'd be crazy. A lot of people would really love that.
Oh, there's everywhere, like Bali. Like how I noticed it. Sorry, was whenever we were in Bali. I was actually in Mad Monkey with
the hostel,
yeah, the hostel. And do you remember the other Northern Irish girl that was there? I can't remember her name. I probably should. I'm really shit with names,
mate.
Oh fuck, I can't remember, but yeah, they booked with Jack's Flight Club to get there, and they only paid £400 for the flight to Bali.
I mean, what did I pay? I paid $550 for returns, like 4 days before I flew.
But they had a chain, so they went to Tokyo for like 4 days before that, and then somewhere else like 2 chains, and then so Jack's Flight Club does it all for you. So they tell you need to get on here, you've got 3 days here, you need to get on this one for 3 days, and then you go back to Bali, and then you travel home from there, and they give you a price for everything. It was like £400. It was mad.
That's class. That is really good. That's sick.
Yeah, that's anyone likes to travel, that's definitely
Jack's
one of the best
Club.
websites I've ever seen. Jack's Flight Club.
Definitely gonna look into that.
But yeah, travel restrictions in the news. Hopefully things lighten up a
Jack's
bit.
Flight Club to sponsor the podcast.
That would be sick. I stopped paying it because I got pissed off that Hawaii got cancelled. So No, I cancelled it because I booked Hawaii, and I was like, right, I don't want to see any more flights. I've already got the flight.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
the flight of my life. I'm not going to see anything else, and then
Couldn't go.
it got cancelled. Fuck me. Shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's in the news. Let's move forward. What percentage are
We're
we on?
on 5%.
5%, and we're on 22 minutes. I think we could get half
We
an hour
could
here.
get
Like,
half an hour if we really push this.
do we want to rush it?
Well, let's go into the next bit, and we might get the next bit done, and then we'll reassess where we're at.
Okay, sick. So better pill. What did I have? Better
Bitter
pill to swallow.
It's been weird. The last few
I wrote
podcasts, I
down-
don't feel like we've had much structure. We've just kind of gone off the
Yeah,
bat.
and this is the fastest one ever. We'll have structure.
Gone off the bat and just chatted, which is kind of nice, but at the same time, it's just checking it. But now I'm rambling. Let's go.
Yeah, stop. Percentages of wasting. Overthinking. Go. Should. What's your opinion on overthinking?
Overthinking. I believe in imperfect action. So I think I don't know if this kind of works. It kind of works, I guess. But people that they overthink, I think it works in different ways. I've initially gone to like a kind of a business capacity. If someone overthinks a business idea for too long, and they're like waiting for everything all the ducks to be in a row in a sense, then is imperfect action of taking the leap and actually starting something and learning a little bit on the way is a lot better than waiting until everything goes perfectly. But yeah, I think that I've seen this more recently. This is a complete change of kind of scenario here, but when it's been when I've been training in the gym, when I've been going for any weight that's reasonably heavy, if I try and prep myself and really get myself built up for it, I probably psych myself out more than just actually like going, picking up the bar and just doing it.
But that's the whole point of weightlifting.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
You can psych yourself up for every rep, I guess.
Yeah. But I think sometimes
Yeah.
if you just kind of, it's like golf. I think if you overthink golf, you end up being shit at
Oh fuck!
it. Do you play golf
I
today?
played golf. Yeah, I did. The first time I played in a while. I snatched yesterday too, and I was like a wooden post. Not a great round. I'm not gonna lie. I lost 4 balls.
4 balls.
Yeah, and the one was a Pro V1.
Oh shit.
So we'll not talk about that.
But yeah, no, like golf and weightlifting, I think overthinking
Yeah,
is
100%.
shit.
Like overthinking, even lifting. Like a lot of people when they're weightlifting, they do overthink completely. Which is why this week you're doing 30 snatches. I think 30 snatches or 30 clean and jerks for time. But then that's the whole thing. So it's to train.
Workout in that like is it Linda or something?
Isabel and Grace. But no, it's not. Sorry, I'm about to tell a lie. It's 10 minutes max. 10 minutes max. But the whole idea behind that, it is linked to overthinking. When people go to the barbell and then try to lift it up, they overthink everything in their head. Like, where's my knees? How deep do I go? Am I hook gripping? Like, where do I extend first? Where's my back? Am I up straight enough? Like, so many things in your head because there is a lot of things to think about. But if you're doing like 10 minutes max reps for time, you want to get them done as fast as possible, and you end up like subconsciously just doing it without even thinking about it, which is what we want to do. Like not thinking about it and just doing it. So yeah, it's the same thing with overthinking. Like people overthink things way too much, like, and put demons in their own head where they're not able to do something, like they talk themselves out of something that they really want to do, which is just horrible. Like
it's definitely and yeah, I don't want to lead it on to the next bit because we said that we're going to be the what we put in the bin, but it's the same thing. I've been noticing a lot recently. I've been picking a lot of people up on it, especially Alice, my girlfriend. She's been anything happens. It's always she always focuses on the problem a lot of the time and not a solution. And I'm like,
that was the better. I know.
That's what I know.
He's ruined
it.
Overthinking, bro.
I thought the link.
You're taking this percentage to the next level. You're skipping ahead because you're running out of time. You can see your percentage on top of the screen, and it's just fucking up your whole feng shui. I don't like it.
Just have to.
Let's go back to overthinking.
Well, that's what I was linking them both together. I was trying to make this really smooth transition of when you overthink on a problem, but like say you overthink a problem, then you just focus on the problem and you never like I don't. It's something that I was talking about this with Alice earlier. Actually, I think that there's in manifestation, and when people like say I manifested something, and it's like I use positive affirmations and stuff to kind of get what I want with
law of
stuff.
attraction.
Yeah, and all that law of attraction based stuff. I'm always like, there's a middle bit you're missing out here, because I understand the affirmations and the kind of thinking positive and doing all these things, but that doesn't just get you the end result. You need to be like, that creates,
put the effort in.
You need to put the effort in, but that creates the mindset that then makes you put the effort in, which then makes you get the result. So there's that middle bit that you can't just go like, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire, and then suddenly become a millionaire. But if you're like, I'm a very positive person, money's attracted to me, everything I do turns to gold kind of thing, and then you start doing things
it's more manifesting
around
the things you're doing. Yeah. So you're manifesting the things you're doing. So like anyone can say, I want to be a millionaire, but it's like doing something, like changing the habit, like because I want to be a millionaire, or doing this now instead of later because I want to be a millionaire. Like things like that, like actions rather than thoughts. Yeah. I think that the people, as you say, like the law of attraction is a massive thing. I believe in manifestation in a way, but I just think it's like blown out of proportion.
Yeah, I think too many
voodoo people
too many people focus on what you do and the kind of what you're doing to have the like affirmations and the manifestation of it all and stuff, and then that just attracts everything. And I say it's missing out that middle bit. It's that step that you need.
But like people just like, I've seen loads of people on Instagram and all like practicing gratitude, but you can clearly see that they've got like underlying issues, that they're just like going on Instagram practicing gratitude like for accountability, but realistically behind closed doors they're not doing law of attraction at all. They're hating life. Like the amount of people I see on Instagram like pretending that they've got their shit together, but I see through every story that the cheese is just slipping off their cracker by the day. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, like I was actually thinking about this today. There was a wee girl I follow on Instagram, and I was looking at her like, you are one step away from fucking cheddar falling off the cracker. Like, oh no, it fucking went out, motherfucker. We're back. So I'm pretty sure I was talking. Yeah, we're back.
It's not only 24 hours later.
We were vibing, and then it just he didn't even remind me what his percentage was, and he just fucking just left. You by myself.
Now we're on 42%, but I've got my charger with me today, so we're okay.
Crazy, but what did we even get up to yesterday?
So we were in a flow talking about this is like a separate, this special episode, isn't it? It's like a part 2.
We're not in the flow. There's no time limit anymore. I feel like I needed that time limit so we could get free of it. Yeah. But now with no time limit, we're just talking shit. We're some sort of structure back. What we put in the bin? Have we put something in the bin?
No, we was gonna put in. I started mentioning it, didn't we? We was gonna put in the bin. Spending all your time focusing on a problem rather than focusing on a solution.
But we did go over that bit.
We touched on it ever so slightly.
This is what we're talking about. Whenever you went ahead of schedule, and then now we get to the schedule and we're like, oh fuck, we're already talking about that.
I feel like as the tone of voice has become a lot slower. So I've got it on mine now. I can see the time. We're on. This recording has been going for 7 minutes. So by 20 minutes we're going to be finished. So we've got a bit of time urgency now.
Right, time urgency, 20 minutes, but we've went through the whole schedule. So now we're just going to talk about what are you going to do the rest of this week. What's your plans?
Plans is
any big plans?
Well, I think this is actually an important thing to touch on. It's Mental Health Awareness Week, when like.
Holy shitballs, that's right. I kept on saying it. Sorry, but I feel like this is like being a thing. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's 4 or 5 of these a year. Like,
I know what you mean.
It feels like it's always a topic, and there's always a mental health awareness. Or is there like, oh, it's probably because there's a suicide awareness week, and then there's like a mental health awareness, and then there's probably a.
Well, it's weird. It's like, I think this week is primarily May in itself is Mental Health Awareness Month, but this week in specific is more of a focus of Mental Health Awareness Week.
Is there not like a men's mental health awareness as well, or something like that as well?
I don't know. There probably is.
They're just
I should really know that.
Yeah.
But no, I think that there is. It's good. Like, I think it's really good that they put more of an emphasis on mental health, and that it is kind of talked about more, and it makes businesses do more about it. Like, I'm doing a training with a restaurant chain, which is which
Yeah.
is really it's really cool that they're doing that and they're actually putting themselves at the forefront and being able to deal with it. And it's kind of part of
Yeah, it's cool.
the thing that I'm trying to do more of with the A game stuff, which is really good, and just help businesses with training and whatnot, because half the battle is people just don't know how to handle it. They don't even know how to approach the situation. Like someone may even come to them saying I feel shit, and they're like I don't know what to do. What do I say?
Yeah.
And
Some people just aren't empathetic that way.
yeah, I mean, it's because like a lot of the time they don't even have like a pathway. They don't know where to send people. They can't signpost people anywhere. So that's something that a big plan that we're trying to do at the minute is create a space, create like almost like a signposting kind of thing. So look, these are the signs that someone's struggling. Like they may be doing this, they may be doing that, they may be, but just for health in general, not just mental health. Like if someone's rubbing the neck or arching funny or trying to stretch all the time, there might be a back pain that they're not telling you about, especially based in hospitality and whatnot. But yeah, again, this is a lot of the time where bringing it back to what we're talking about solution or problem. I think that a lot of people see the problem of, oh, I've got back pain, or oh yeah, my back kills me, not the how do I fix it.
Yeah, it's just how long can I withstand this? It's the same as mental health though as well. All
Exactly.
sort of health is the same aspect. It's how long can I hold on to this until I just fucking blow up?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Which is not healthy.
Focusing on feeling shit and not focusing on how to not feel shit is the issue. Is the issue with a lot of the time.
It's and all forms of health. Like I feel like, especially physio, like it's widely looked at as just like only needed for necessity, rather than why isn't physio looked at as like training is, or like some sort of cardiovascular performance. Like physio should be looked at like, so you're working on it every day, like the same way you would your cardio. Like you would go out for a walk, then why don't you stretch the same? Like it's so strange how it's not that sort of thing.
I always describe it as you have like the triangle of health. Like so, obviously in A game, my business, there's 3 Adams that all cover an area of health. So we've got medical, mental, physical, and internal health. So, but within physical health, I see it as there's another triangle of you've got your like flexibility and mobility, you've got your strength, and then you've got your endurance. So you need an element of all 3. No matter what sport you do, you need an element of all 3. And this is why I love CrossFit, because it tends to lead towards, well, there's a lot of strength and there's a lot of endurance. If anything, it misses the flexibility element of it sometimes. And then you might look at yoga, which is really, really heavy on the flexibility, but doesn't have as much endurance and strength. Bodybuilding, massive on strength, not really much endurance or flexibility. But to keep a happy, healthy body, you need an element of all 3. So that's why I like CrossFit for my strength and my endurance, and then that's why I do so much like mobility and adding the yoga to get the flexibility stuff in there as well.
I feel it is the mobility and flexibility in CrossFit as well. I think it's definitely at all 3. Definitely.
It is. That's what, again, that is with a lot of people. I'd say us, because we're very aware of it, is right. But I think with some people, it's really not. Like they're just not aware of the fact that if you do this exercise before you do your overhead squats, you're going to feel 10 times better doing it.
Yeah. People don't understand that. It's like understanding your own body as well. A lot of people don't even understand their own body. Like, especially rest days. I totally underestimated rest days. Like, so last year I was working probably 66 hours weeks, and I was training every day. Like, and I would try to go to the gym every day just because it was my release from going to work and fucking hating my job, and then going to the gym I get to like release all that tension. But I took maybe one rest day a week, and the one rest was, it wasn't really much of a rest. It was just like you're dying that day, and the next day you're sort of fresh. But it was only until I started my new program wherever I use my rest days as a tool. It's mad. Like now I would have 2 rest days, one active rest and one full rest. But like just with adding 1 day's rest, my performance went up. Like it's crazy. Like it just spoke 1,000 words how you need to listen to your body. And a lot of people need to be able to have that step back from their fitness for greater goals. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I think that having it's like you listen to Matt Fraser talk about it on that podcast. It's like he had a day where he'd literally wake up, lay on the sofa, and do a fuck all once a week.
Absolutely nothing.
And that was his recovery day. But it's like I'm massive believer in active rest, and like you can help your body recover by doing certain like exercises. Like I put some stuff on my story the other day of like my upper back was feeling so tight and sore after been doing like a week of like heavy Olympic lifting and stuff, and like my traps, I haven't used my traps as much as what I have in the last few weeks, ever, I don't think. So it's like they were so tight and sore, and then I put that exercise of using like the cable and just really just stretching out my back. I felt so much better going in today after doing some stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like people may see that as like an active rest day, but again, there were no weight, there were no load there. It was just moving my body through moving, promoting a little bit of blood flow, and like just aiding that recovery in a sense. So
yeah. I like days when I'm doing absolutely nothing now.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I used to dread it. I used to fucking hate rest days because I got bored. But now I'm like, I cannot wait to just sit and do nothing.
yeah, well, I think that's it. And I think it just the way it works for me is that I'm better to have a day like that in the week when I'm busier doing work stuff, rather than having a rest day on a weekend when I potentially want to train more. Because I think majority of the time people class Sunday as a rest day because they'll go out and booze on a Saturday or something.
Yeah, true. I would use it as I don't know. I'm one of those guys that always start things on a Monday. Like, I know you probably hate that. You put like a lot of people that like say, "Oh, what you can start any day. You don't have to start on a Monday." But I am that guy that I like don't have to, but I just like to start things on a Monday, like a diet or anything like that. Like I just like fresh start week.
Yeah, no, I don't like it when people
use
it as an excuse. I'm gonna wait till Monday to start it. It's like, well, you said you were going to start it last Monday, but you aren't. And it's like, yeah, but I wasn't quite ready. I'm going to start next Monday. It's like, no, you should fucking do it. But it's like someone like yourself that you plan it, you know, oh, I'm finishing off this block this week. I'm going to start my next one starting Monday. That's fine. It's like, okay, sweet.
That's what I like. I like starting everything from a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday rest, Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday rest.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean. And then it goes around. It's just this is a nice cycle. But yeah, I've run out of fucking topics here, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No, well, I'm gonna say the reason why
our schedule's fucked. Fucking battery. You left your cable. Your fucking girlfriend's house, and now look what's happened. We've ran out of things to talk about.
Well, we were talking about like I said, the main reason why I actually brought up the fact that I wanted to put in why I wanted to put focusing on the problem and not the solution in the bin was because it comes to like this is like Alice, my girl. Oh, I've just got an email from Hybrid Academy.
Yeah, I got it too.
Talking of this episode's sponsored.
Yeah, NL10 for 10% off. That was probably what was in the email.
No, but yeah. So I was just talking to Alice, and we're talking about she's like such a good artist. Like she's like it's like we talk about this how like our girlfriends is pretty similar in the fact they're both really into training and they're both really good artists, and and she. And I imagine you've had this conversation with Hells as well. Is the fact that it's like I'm trying so hard to get her to keep pushing forward in her business of setting up her art business and start selling her art because it's fucking really good. And then there's always something like environment's wrong or there's something else and there's something else and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for that. And I'm like, these good things are all going to be good. They're all going to be really good when they happen, but you've still got now, like you've still got time to be doing now, and you're focusing on all these problems rather than the solution of just doing it.
I think it's probably down to us being rejected a lot more than they have in the past, and we built up that mental resilience of like something not working out well. Like the amount of things I have fucked up in the past, they would be tenfold of what Hells has, and I think that's why. Because I know what you mean, 100%. Like she's always very timid to do the things that makes her uncomfortable, which I'm always trying to make her to do it and get herself out of her comfort zone. She's always glad she does it, but at the same time, I can sort of have a bit of empathy for it because I know, when was it, like whenever I went to Saudi for the first time, for example, that was the first massive move. I know it worked out well, but if that didn't, I left like a job for life. I left a pension, left all that shit to go to a fucking desert, and like that was the scariest thing I ever had to do. And like that, making decisions like that is pretty much what they're having to do now, like with career choices and stuff like that there. But the amount of things I've done after that, where I've got set back, like certain jobs, like didn't get jobs because I went for them, and like confidence knockers. But now that we have that mental resilience of being knocked back, I think it definitely makes it easier to make very tough decisions. Unlike them, where they're still in that frame of mind where they're like, fuck, if this goes wrong, that goes wrong. But trying to, I used what you said to me before was the best bit of advice that someone gave me about that sort of thing, because I'm always trying to push Hell to do certain things and stuff, and probably push too hard. And whenever you told me about trying to guide rather than push, so like let them make their own decisions, but like sort of give tips or give your opinion, but not forcing it on them, so they can maybe find the right decision themselves to do. I think that was probably the best tip you give me, or anyone give me, in terms of advice.
Yeah, it really, that bit of advice hit me in the face one day when Alice was trying to get me to do something which I wanted to do. I can't remember what it was now, but she was trying to get me to do something which I wanted to do, but because she was telling me to do it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was just the fact of that I know I needed to do it, I know I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it because she told me.
Was it to eat your last lettuce leaf on the plate?
It's probably to leave it. Eat them greens, Adam. Eat your broccoli. I know I need to, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
Stop telling me what to do.
but yeah, well, like, I realised that I needed to make that decision myself. Like, I needed to make the choice myself. I needed to decide to eat the broccoli myself. As tough as it was, I needed to decide to eat the broccoli myself. And if she'd have gone a different route and instead of been like, Adam, eat your broccoli, and she'd have been like, oh, like, have you heard about kind of doing this? I heard that when you eat your broccoli,
heard you get big strong muscles if you eat broccoli.
Yeah, it makes you really big and strong. then I've been like, give me more. But yeah, no, it's you've got to, and
weird
it's
example,
almost,
but I think we'll get
the drift. Yeah, is that idea of that you guide people along the way and you give them suggestions to do the right things rather than going like, this needs to happen, this, and it's like very forceful in a way. And I think any girls listening to this, guys are definitely the kind of people that don't want to be like told what to do. We need to figure these things out for ourselves. So if you're wanting certain things to happen in relationships or different ways like that, then I think it's important to guide in the right direction and not force to do specific things.
Yeah.
Because the last thing that you could ever do to a guy, if you want to keep him on your side, is give him an ultimatum, I think.
Yeah. That's scary, yeah. Well, yeah. Sort of agree. Guess everyone's different in certain ways, but yeah, I think the majority of men would definitely be like that. Where they're sort of masculine in that way, where they like to make decisions for themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, like, Hell's be like that as well, like where she has to make decisions for herself, but you sort of have to like tell her or like show her what options she has and let her make her decisions herself. So yeah, I think that's just a good bit of advice in general.
I do want to say though that I feel like I touched on what I said about Alice there, and if she's listening to this, then I feel like I left it very negative. But she's trying really hard and she's really pushing herself with the art, and she's stepping outside of her comfort zone, which I don't know about you, but when a girl is very passionate about what they're doing and they show passion, I find it very attractive.
Mega! Like, it's probably one of the biggest things I look for, like in a woman. Like, if she's not goal driven or has no sort of
ambition,
any goals, like it'd be a no. Ambition, that's the one. Yeah, it'd just be a no go, like 100%. And like support, like if someone supports me, like it's everything for me. Like, because I'm such a I make quite rash decisions. I don't know. I made a lot of big decisions that like implement quite a lot of things. So if someone doesn't support me in these things, then like I don't know what to do. I need to have someone there supporting me in these decisions. So Els does that quite a lot.
Yeah.
Even if she probably thinks I'm fucking dumb, but she would still support me, which is pretty good. But we touched on this before. Whenever it was actually that podcast that Byron was on, but we couldn't actually get it out.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was the connection was bad, but he touched on it because his wife wife or girlfriend, I can't remember, girlfriend, always supported him. He failed through entrepreneurship quite a lot of times. He had to go back to square one all this time, but he always stuck with the same woman the whole way through, and she supported him through everything, which I think is massive. Like everyone, like all rich people or successful people, you always notice to have a very like supportive person by their side. Queen.
Yeah.
Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
I mean, Posh and Bex.
No, yeah.
Like,
you need that support
Queen and
network.
she's fucked now though.
Is this too soon? Is it still too soon? I think it is.
Maybe too soon. Like.
No, I think it is so true. You need that support network. You need someone that's just going to understand that. Like, look, there's some nights where I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be busy, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and that's gonna be my day. Like, I'm gonna be busy all day.
I probably tormented her in that respect because I took on way too much, and I didn't have time for her for a lot of last year. Like, even though she was living with me, I was just like fucking flat out with work. Even whenever I came home there last week, like, I didn't set out much time for her. I tried my best, but like, she was still so supportive. I think she threw her toys out of her pram once and told me I needed to spend more time with her, and I realised like I probably should have. Like,
was that when you went? I'm talking to Adam to do the podcast. Go out with your mates.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's when we had to ask her if she can jump on.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, the past year, I've been flat out, and like having someone there who doesn't mind you being busy and doesn't like try to take you away from what you need to do. I think that's massive.
Yeah, definitely. No, it is. And yeah, just support, and like, I think for me it's really little things that really like light me up about it and stuff, and just show that like I can really tell that she supports me with it. It's like when I come in and I've been working, it's like 9:30 and I'm just finishing off with stuff, and she's like, I've made your dinner, it's there ready for you, and like them kind of things. I'm like,
it's class.
It's just so
great. Do you show gratitude for that? Because I'm a sucker for not showing it enough.
I don't think I show it enough.
I always regret it.
But I do things like, I do a lot of things like, I'll order her flowers spontaneously, or I'll buy her.
Fuck's sake, don't be saying this shit, because then she'll be listening to this and she'll be expecting flowers now.
And like I bought her the hybrid stuff and didn't tell her and just let it arrive. And
oh, she gets all the free hybrid stuff, so yeah, that's me squared up.
No, yeah, but it's I do try and like, I'm more. This is another topic that we could talk about in like deeper, I think, in a probably a future episode. It's like love languages. So there's 5 different love languages that people tend to go by, and it's like
sexy.
It's not necessarily sexy. It's like how you. So we always tend to try and love our partners the way that we like to be loved. So there's like words of affirmation. There's gifts and just like buying things for them. Then there's gestures of goodwill, so like cleaning a house, cooking them food and stuff. There's touch, and there's time spent together. So typically people like 2 of the 5, but we always tend to love somebody the way that we want to be loved. So say my personal ones are, I like touch, which tends to be like sex and stuff, like that kind of thing, and
oh, touchy.
that's what that one kind of means. And then I like gestures of goodwill, so like the her making me food, I like really appreciate that, whereas like,
just because you love food.
Yeah. Well, if we're training the way that we train, you can't love food. It's all you think about.
True.
And then like, I know that Alice is slightly different in that manner of that. She'd like gestures of goodwill in the fact if I came home and the house was completely clean, I might not have done it to her standards, but she'd appreciate the fact that I've tried. And then again, I think like she likes time spent together, so actually like allocating time to do things together and spending time together. But it's like, you can like them all, you can have elements of them all, but yours tends to be 2 that you like the most.
Yeah, favour the most.
So yeah, Alice is going to probably listen to this now and tell me, you got it completely wrong, I don't like them ones, I like these ones. But I think it's always...
I don't like sex. I like food. Make me food.
Yeah, well, it's like
I don't want 2 minutes of happiness. I want 30 minutes of eating food.
I'll eat it really, really slowly. No, but I think it is. It's a massive takeaway.
Trying to think which ones I am, but I can't even think.
Yeah.
You really have to think about that.
Yeah, so I think there's a test. There's a test online which you can do, which kind of you just answer like a questionnaire and it tells you which ones you most likely are.
Ooh. Did you get this off Instagram?
No, it's off my business partner Adam, because he does a lot more of this stuff. Yeah, I think it's something that like Tony Robbins teaches. But it's really good, and I recommend anyone to sit down with the partner and actually have that conversation and see which ones they like, because what you might be doing something that absolutely would light you up. Like if you imagine that, oh my god, imagine it if.
But then if you sit down with them, it's basically saying them, like I say, if you like gifts, it's basically saying that I want you to buy me stuff, like when you're sitting right beside them.
But it's like gifts.
I want a car.
It doesn't. Yeah, but it's them kind of things of like spontaneously buying something, and then the surprises and stuff will give people that kind of element of like, oh my god, he was thinking about me kind of thing, which will probably light some people up, which. For me, in a sense, it's like, again, you prefer 2 out of the 5. It doesn't say you don't like all 5. It's like, if Alice were going to come and, like, say I'm about to do a workout and she'd come and she got me a Monster, and she went, here you go, I know you're doing your workout, I'd be like, oh, you absolute diamond.
Yeah. She does that for me all the time, and I love it.
Well, Alice is buying you Monsters. What?
It was one time, okay? She came on to me. And on that note, I think we can wrap it up, because we're 30 plus 30 equals 60, bro.
Yeah.
We're
at that 31 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, word from the sponsors, Hybrid Academy, NL10 for 10% off all online store, which is running very low at the minute. You may get it in if you want something, because
I know you need to let me know when the sports bras are back in, because I said to Alice that I'd get one of them.
I just ordered more. Probably be 30 days, 40 days.
Yeah, well, it'll be good. And then in the last oh my god, I can't speak. In the last podcast, we give them a sneak peek to the sliders. Is there any more slider development talk going?
Oh, they're in production. No, they're not in production. Haven't ordered them yet, but they will be. I'm just figuring out what way I'm gonna package them up so they look all nice.
Oh, nice.
But there's other things. There's a lot of cool things en route. We must have spent about fucking $6,000 again just on stock for this month.
Nice.
So next month's gonna be mega.
Nice. Looking forward
this
to
month
it.
Should have been mega, but there's a lot of things in the pipework going on behind closed doors that no one really sees. But yeah, NL10 for 10% off, and that's me pretty much.
That's your plug-in. I do want to say, like, if anyone wants to chat to me about, like, say, mental, physical, or internal health a little bit more, we do a group training every Thursday night. It's over Zoom. It's really interactive. It's obviously it's a live Zoom call. There's normally about 15 people on it or so. And it's great to kind of get some tips and tricks around mental, physical, and internal health. So if you do want more details about that, I will put a link in the description of the video, or you just message me on Instagram and you can come on. The first one's absolutely free, and then we do it. It's like £20 a month after that, so it's like no-brainer price really. But it's just great for like accountability and actually getting some advice to actually progress your mental, physical, and internal health. So. Yeah, that's my little plug done there as well. And is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, just see us next week, bros.
Awesome. So, guys, please subscribe or follow if you are watching or listening on any of the platforms. Leave a review, that would be absolutely awesome. And we will catch you guys next week.
Absolutely awesome.